Tea is fine. Tea is actually the number one drink product around the world, only second to water. Coffee is actually number 3, believe it or not.
Oh, wow. Okay. And speaking of, what's your best seller?
This is Blair Durham with Black Wall Street Today, your media hub for all things Black entrepreneurship, politics, news, and events in Hampton Roads and beyond.
And now, here's your host, Blair Durham.
This is Blair Durham with Black Wall Street Today, airing every Wednesday from 12 to 1 p.m. Black Wall Street Today is your media hub for all things Black entrepreneurship and is providing acute resources and support pertinent to small business owners and the COVID-19 pandemic. As a premier media outlet for Black brands, Hampton Roads Regional Black Chamber of Commerce, we look forward to your show ideas and comments. Catch us offline via the Black Wall Street Today podcast, available wherever you stream content. For more information, visit us at blackbrand.biz or via Facebook and Instagram at blackbrandbiz and at Black Wall Street Today. It's Black Wall Street Today every Wednesday from 12 to 1 right here on the Essence of HU 88.1 WHOV.
Welcome. It's the 116th edition of Black Wall Street Today. Super excited to share with you. Today's show is sponsored by the COO team, Milestone Mental Health Agency, as well as Apex Financial Group of Virginia. Again, very excited. We are featuring some incredible entrepreneurs on today's show. But before we get there, I just have a really exciting announcement to share. It is the launch of the B-Force Accelerator. And I know you're thinking, gosh, what is the B-Force Accelerator? This program has been 4 years in the making for Black Brand. It is an accelerator designed really for early stage businesses. So 0 to 3 years, you might be post-revenue, pre-profit in your business. You're an entrepreneur. You're trying to figure it out. And what you really need is a super solid business plan, an investor-ready pitch deck, and some venture capitalists, some bankers to talk to. If you're saying, oh my goodness, that's me, I need to be a part of this program, I want to invite you to join us for our kickoff event taking place on February 25th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's a free event. In fact, the B-Force Accelerator is a free 12-week program, and you can register by visiting bit.ly, so that's bit.ly/B-Force launch, all lowercase. Again, that's bit.ly/lowercase B-FORCE launch, LAUNCH. I'll definitely mention that again a bit later in the show. Really hoping to see you there. Our partners at Portsmouth Partnership, NSU Innovation Center, the Incubation Network, the City of Norfolk. Super excited to be able to develop this program that's focused on minority business development. Nothing like it in the Hampton Roads region. So again, very, very excited to see you during our B-Force launch event. So let's jump right into what we're going to be sharing today. First up, we welcome Mr. Jarod Freeman to our show. He's the general manager and co-owner of Fresh Cup Coffee and Tea Company. He and his wife have actually over 20 years experience in the coffee and business marketing industry. Jarod's love of premium quality coffee, along with his wife's fondness of light and fruity teas, inspired the idea of Fresh Cup Coffee and Tea Company. They're pleased to share their favorites with you. Jarod, welcome to the show. How are you?
I am so excited to be here, and thank you for having me. It's an honor.
I am excited to have you. So, I really hadn't put two and two together when I was sipping my very first cup of tea from Fresh Cup yesterday that you were going to be on the show and I would have this delightful experience. First of all, I think I placed my order on Saturday and I had it in my hands on Monday. So kudos to you on making the ordering and the delivery process super seamless.
Thank you. Well, we have a motto: you can't be small and slow. So.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah, one or the other, right?
That's right. Can't be both.
Wow. So, okay, you launched this business, during the pandemic. What is the need that you're meeting? What is the problem that you're solving for the consumer?
Certainly. So since the pandemic, part of the reason why I started the business was because I lost my job due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And so my core responsibility for my last position in the coffee and tea business was to make sure that the business community had coffee and tea. And since the business community was now working remotely from home, I found myself out of work because there was no one in the offices, to drink the coffee. Everyone was working remotely. And so the idea came to me when I was speaking to a friend of mine who was working from home, and they mentioned that they actually got a stipend every month to buy office supplies. And part of that stipend included buying refreshments for their home. And I said to the individual, I said, well, what if I was to provide coffee and tea, what have you, directly to you? Would your company allow you to do that? And they said, absolutely. And thus, Fresh Cup Coffee and Tea started.
Beautiful. Definitely embodying the spirit of entrepreneurship, seeing a need, jumping in to solve that problem. Wow. Yeah, kudos to you. Because who doesn't enjoy, so talk a little bit about kind of how you're sourcing your product and sort of the difference between kind of what we get from you and what we might get if we walk into a grocery store to purchase coffee beans.
Well, that's a really great question. I'm happy to be able to answer that because interestingly enough, when you walk into a grocery store, you may not have the opportunity to really look at every single bit of coffee in the store, where when you go to my website, you have someone that's got, several years experience of sourcing high quality products. And I've taken time to select things based on my experience and also testing of consumers of what they really enjoy. And what I found is small batch, locally roasted coffee seems to hit the trick. And so that's one of the reasons why we're excited to announce our partnership with Massimo Zanetti here locally in Suffolk. So now I'm able to provide Segafredo, Kauai brand quality coffees, and I can actually ship those things directly from Virginia Beach, which is one of the reasons why I'm able to ship out so much faster versus using some of the sources I was using out of state. So I still have a few that I get out of state, but I'm slowly bringing everything local. And so that does two things. One, you have freshness of the product, and then two, I can ship it very, very quickly.
Yeah, love that motto. You're right. Freshness is in, local is in, organic is in, and I just kind of seeing you really dominating in that area. Don't really know anyone else that is doing what you're doing. Again, kudos. Go ahead.
Well, it's interesting. You got the lavender lemonade tea, right? And that actually comes from Northern Virginia. Wow. And interestingly enough, I had a broker who remembered me from, the industry. And he said, look, I got to send you something. And he said, this company in Northern Virginia that does these beautiful teas. But what's their claim to fame? Not only are they organic teas, they use Virginia honey from local bee farmers, and they add the granules to every single tea bag. So most people enjoy honey with their tea, but with true honey, you don't have to worry about adding it because the granules are already in the tea bag, which makes for a delightful experience.
Yeah. And for me, it really was a game changer. Every sip just kind of got sweeter, and I just, so refreshing. Never had a lavender tea. And so I just enjoyed it. I'll tell you this, I've never had a cup of coffee. And I hear it is one of those things that kind of once you get started,
Yeah, I remember you telling me that, and I said, you know what? She just hadn't had the right cup yet, so maybe we'll have to work on that.
Maybe we will. I don't know.
Hey, but tea is fine. Tea is actually the number one drink product around the world, only second to water. Coffee is actually number 3, believe it or not.
Oh wow. Okay. And speaking of, what's your best selling product?
In fact, it's actually the lavender lemonade. Even among my coffees, I have more people that buy the lavender lemonade tea, and then next would be the lemon ginger zest tea, and then it would go down to my K-Cups. My K-Cups are very popular, especially the Jamaican Marley K-Cups. Those are very popular. In fact, I've got a few business customers that actually order those monthly, and they're on subscription services. So one of the things about Fresh Cup we try to do is if a consumer wants something regularly, we'll give you a discount to buy it every month, and you can sign up on the website and we'll automatically ship it directly to your office. So we've got a really nice growing segment of our business that people are doing that. And Lavender Lemonade is one of those as well that people are doing subscriptions on.
Nice. So if you just tuned in, Blair Durham here with Black Wall Street today, conversing with Jarod Freeman, the owner of Fresh Cup Coffee and Tea Company. Definitely want to invite you. I know a lot of folks are looking for ways to buy Black. They said, oh, it's Black History Month. I think every day this month, I'd like to patronize a Black-owned business. Certainly, this is something that you can do. www.freshcup2u.com. Again, that's freshcup2u.com for all your coffee and tea needs, right? Local, fresh, organic, a variety of options there on the Fresh Cup website. Just looking here at some of the comments. Marcia says, I drink coffee religiously. Her second faith is coffee. And I bet that's the case for a lot of people. And I know, you having worked in this industry, you've had a number of conversations about kind of the coffee market, right?
Absolutely. And it's interestingly helpful to know that coffee has some benefits that can help stave off certain forms of type 2 diabetes and certain forms of cancer. And another fun fact, according to the Harvard Review Journal some years back, coffee actually has more cancer-fighting properties in women than men. So I'm always fascinated when women tell me they don't drink coffee. And I always tell them, I said, listen, according to Harvard Medical, it's actually more healthy for you than it is for me. When it comes to fighting off certain forms of cancer. So I love to throw that plug out there for coffee.
Now, do you have any of the kind of coffee accessories that folks need? So what other kinds of things go along with coffee that you have on your website?
Yeah, so right now we're focusing on coffee, but I do have a couple different mugs. I have some coffee grinders. I have French press equipment. On my website as well, so we can help you with that. At this time, I'm still investigating on creamers and liquid sweeteners and things of that nature. One of the things about being in the coffee industry that I've learned is some things you can ship very well, other things don't ship very well, and so I've tended to stay away from things that could bust or bleed into the boxes. As things ship out. It's just not a good look when you open up and you see your creamer all over the place. But that is something that I would look at even closely in the future if I was to have a actual retail or warehouse space where I can have people actually come in and pick things up versus having to ship those things out. But it's definitely something that's on the radar, and I'm looking at it very closely.
I'll ask you this question as well. Will your business, and is it your intention for your business to survive the pandemic? Or are you just meeting a need for right now? What's your thought?
Well, that's a great question. I would like this business to be sustainable. If you notice, my daughter is actually my vice president, Awesome. My wife is the president. I'm the general manager. I like to get my sons more involved as well. They help me with deliveries from time to time. But yes, I want to build generational wealth. I come from a family of entrepreneurs. My grandfather, John Foreman, actually was among the first to start a gas station in downtown Norfolk in the early 70s, and we're very proud of that. So I feel like the entrepreneur is in my blood, absolutely. And I was a little kid, at the gas station, which today, now that I think about it, some of the things I was doing there, couldn't get away with today, but I was helping customers and doing all kinds of things and learning how to interact, with business people, even at a young age. So yeah, I want this to survive. It's one of the reasons why I'm glad to be on today, because we really want to focus on growing not only our consumer base portfolio, but we want businesses to know they can order from us and have those things directly delivered as well, so that we can have those regular subscription, style customers. So I've been focused on that definitely for 2021.
Yeah, that was actually going to be kind of my next question is, when you think about this year, the next 5 years, what's kind of the plan to really make Fresh Cup, the go-to, the first thing that folks think of when they're thinking about coffee, when they're thinking about tea, right?
Well, part of that model right now is the fact that I've got the opportunity to sit and talk to the Blair Durham. So I'm going to be mega after this interview, thanks to you. So I'm just happy to have my name out there.
I'm hopeful that somebody's on your website right now, Fresh Cup, 2u.com, placing an order, right? And having a taste, not just of the wonderful product, but of also, your customer service. I just don't know that they're going to get that anywhere else. They're buying Black. I mean, there's so many feel goods associated with supporting your business, right?
Right. And I want to make it very clear that although we are a Black-owned business, we really value every single customer that comes to our website. And because we're a Black-owned business, we actually really try to go above and beyond, like a lot of Black-owned businesses, especially when we're dealing with other Black people. Because for some reason, there's a stereotype that, you're not going to get the same level of service or courtesy or professionalism. So we actually really try to show that not only do we value your business, we respect you, and we really appreciate them giving us the opportunity to earn their business. And I really mean that. And we go as far as we can to be as professional as possible.
That's a huge point that you raised. There's a stigma, right? But then
it's not true, but it's out there.
Yeah. So definitely, anytime we can go the extra mile and kind of prove that, we're valid as business owners, I think it's incumbent upon us to do that. We're having to work 2 or 3 times as hard in order to get into business and stay in the business. But kind of doing that same thing on the customer service front. I agree with you. So
I think
go ahead.
People will go to the website and they may buy something for the one time, but I think the experience of how it was shipped, how professional it was, I try to call every customer, introduce myself, ask them how their order was, so that they can really, see that you're dealing with real people, and we really value that. And I think that has helped us out a lot, being small, is that they recognize that they can call me on my cell phone if they have a question. I've even got people that call me up and ask me about bringing in certain types of coffees and teas.
Wow.
And if there's a need for it, then we'll do it. I mean, I got calls about caramel crunch from the Kauai, and I brought it in, and guess what? I sold out, and now I've got a whole nother shipment coming to me. And that was from a customer asking me about it. And so it was really special, and I'm glad we was able to fulfill that request and need.
Yeah, you just brought out something significant. I love the small business owner for that reason, right? That whole, I can pick up the phone and contact you. It just makes such a world of difference there. So let me ask you this kind of in closing. We've got about a minute.
Sure.
What else do you want to share? Definitely reiterate your website, your social media, any promotions that you have going on. How can we engage with your brand?
Absolutely. So you're able to follow us, obviously, on our website. Our website is www.freshcup2u.com. We are very active on LinkedIn as well. You can follow us on Facebook and, of course, Instagram. I also host a monthly Connected Business Networking event. We used to do it live, but over the last several months, we've done it online. So you can look us up there as well, Connected Business Networking. Blair, I remember when you and I first met a couple years ago, you were so gracious to my little small networking group. You said, hey, how can we help you out? And I'll never forget that. And so we feature, other businesses as well. So when you come to a connected event, you're going to be able to learn more about Fresh Cup and, also talk about your business as well. So we're all about helping other businesses out as well.
Perfect. Jarod, thanks so much for being here
Thank
today.
you.
I'm so excited about your business and your growth. I certainly look forward to having you back on the show and we can learn more about, what's taking place.
Thank you for your support in your business as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
This show is brought to you by Positive Vibes Incorporated, our consulting services. We do credit fixes, tax resolution, we lend private money to real estate investors, and we do debt consolidations. Basically, we put money in your pocket when you need money. We put money in your pocket when you need money. 757-932-0177.
Phenomenal. Stay with us online at Black Wall Street Today on Facebook and Black Wall Street Today on Instagram, and then follow us on Twitter as well at BWS Today. We look forward to talking again next week. Have a wonderful week. I have said and I will continue to say that the most important priority for the Black community is the Black community, not a particular political party. Phenomenal.
Hey, yo, when I say black, you say Wall Street. Black Wall Street. When I say black, you say Wall Street. Black. When I say black, you say Wall Street. Black. When I say black, you say Wall Street. Black. Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street.
Phenomenal.